Hello! Oh my god. Welcome back to Go Get That Rose. I'm a little loopy. Full disclosure, I am sick with the dreaded COVID. So that's why we pushed back a little bit. I was not feeling it Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. But we finally got around to recording, so here we are. Hello, Jay. How are you?
Apparently better than you. I'm just glad you're not doing too bad. You know, you're young, so that you got that going for you. But no, I'm doing all right. Just hanging in there. This finale was shit. It was shit.
It was all right.
I don't know. This season, it's weird, man. I don't know. I enjoyed this season better than I did Tayshia's season and Claire and
Really?
all that, but I've got a bitter taste in my mouth from Katie. I'm not a big fan of Katie's anymore. Like, I was kind of a big fan of hers before this all started, but not so much anymore.
I'm glad that we've taken a couple of days because I'm now just remembering that I was very upset with how the internet was treating Katie and Greg and everything, like, right after the episode aired.
You were mad at me. You and I were talking in private. I don't know. Maybe you were, but there was one point in time.
No, I was mad at you.
Okay, because like you didn't respond for like 20 minutes, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, should I ask her?
I didn't know what to say back to you. I was like, I can't have this conversation right now. I was like, I'm too sick for this right now.
You know, Sarah and I do talk about this show off camera, and that we do not always get along or agree on. I mean, we always get along, but we don't always agree on things. And apparently, yes, I can make Sarah mad. And now I'm wondering how many times in the past I've made you mad.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it today because we have different opinions, I'm pretty sure, on everything. But, okay, 3 hour long. It did not need to be 3 hours. The way they structured things was really weird. I really don't like. The only main thing I really want to talk about is Blake and Katie ending up together and Greg. That's all I really care about because that's all that's really important. Sorry, poor Justin. So sorry.
So sorry.
I don't know. Okay, fine. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Let's start with Katie. You said that, and you and the opinion of everyone on the internet.
No, hold on, real quick before you go any farther. I don't look at social media shit. So when you say everyone on the internet, I don't know what anyone else other than myself is thinking.
Okay,
I make that clear that like I don't have a clue.
He's not following the mob.
I only know what I think. I do not talk to anyone other than about this show.
So the general consensus is people were really upset with Katie after the finale. A lot of them felt like she went way too harsh on Greg, which I kind of disagree and agree. I don't know. And a lot of them were really upset with, there's a lot of people saying that Blake was a third choice, that they don't love each other, that this is just like, it's like the Hunger Games, like they're being like she had to pick him because she had no one else left. And a lot of people really turned on her, which I am on the opposite end where I still really like Katie. I don't know if, as a Bachelorette, I don't know as a person, I don't think we would get along. Like, I don't think we'd be friends. She's too abrasive for me. She's too feminist for my taste. And her family was, oh, the Lord almighty. Anyway, and I don't think we'd be friends, but as a lead, I still really liked her. And I see a lot of people saying that, like, oh, well, her whole season is ruined because of this last episode, which I think this was a great season. Like, I think she was a great lead. Maybe I just had low expectations. I had really low expectations with her because I didn't like her and Matt James, and I did not want her to be the Bachelorette. So she just exceeded expectations, and it was fun, and the guys were great. I don't think that this last finale, because she ended up with Blake, makes this season suck. I don't know. That's just, I don't understand that argument.
I don't. It just makes it. It just makes it. It is what it is.
Yeah. People are just mad that her and Blake ended up together.
Which why is it any of their fucking business?
I don't know. I literally don't understand, because people are like, they don't love each other. Like, why are they together? And I'm like, how
each other? So, but so that shouldn't even be a part of the conversation. Love has nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't. So
anyway.
I immediately dismiss when people are like, they don't love each other. Dude, love has nothing to do with this show and the outcome. Nothing whatsoever, except for in that one case with the folks that have the kids and shit that got engaged on the show and have kids now. I don't know who they are, but you know what I mean. I mean, kudos to them. It actually happened for them. Now,
yes.
I will stand by that they did not love each other like when they left the show. That love grew in time and as they built their family. But anyway, but I do want to say, dude, you had brought something up, and I just want to get right into this, if you don't mind. And this is one thing that we definitely do agree on, at least to some extent. I do not think Katie was harsh on Greg whatsoever. Greg,
let's just get into it.
The way he talked to her when he left and shit, he's a piece of shit, period. End of it all, okay? Now, the only issue I have with Katie and how she talked to him is the this whole acting thing and taking acting classes. That's fine if she wants to be like, I've heard that you were taking acting classes and I think that this is what you were doing, but she's sitting there like you did this, you were.
Yeah.
I don't like when people let their emotions state their opinions as if they are facts. I don't like that, especially for someone like me. I don't follow the social media shit. I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to take her at face value on something like that. So that came off stupid to me. But I mean, dude, she was right. Like, he talked down to her. He was a piece of fucking shit, man. Other than what I just stated, I have no issues with how she talked to him, dude.
No, so what pissed me off, I was sitting there like, okay, Katie, go ahead, start yelling at him. And I thought she was, like, respectful. Like, it was fine. It wasn't the worst. I've seen other bachelors and bachelorettes be that way. Like, it's fine, whatever. And what I keep seeing all over Twitter was people are mad at Katie for going in on Greg, like, because you have half the people that still love Greg for some reason, and then you have people that are like, well, if she really was in love with Blake, she wouldn't be yelling at Greg. Like, this wouldn't be bothering her so much. She would be over the whole thing if she truly loved him. And I was like, what are you talking? Like, it's all I was seeing was everywhere. It was like, well, she truly doesn't love Blake. Is she so mad at Greg still? Like, let it go. And I'm like, I was so angry because maybe I'm in the wrong. Like, maybe I've handled things wrong my whole life. I don't know. But, like, she just got out of like, this just ended wrapping. They filmed this, like, a couple weeks ago. So it was closer to when they finished filming. They said they haven't seen each other since the whole blow-up thing. She's had time to think about stuff. She's had time to see how people are reacting to Greg. And the fact that she heard Greg say, I don't have any regrets on how he handled the situation, pissed her off. And so there isn't that closure. You have to remember, it's a TV show. It's different. It's not a normal relationship. So no, she doesn't have that closure. So yeah, it's okay for her to sit there and freak out. Doesn't mean she doesn't love Blake. Doesn't mean she's not happy in her relationship. If I saw an ex that did me wrong, that I've realized treated me the same way Greg treated me after watching this interview, I still would freak out. And I'm 3 years happily married, and I'd still probably react the same way she did. Like, it doesn't matter. There's still hurt feelings there. You know what I mean? Like, it was just pissing me off because I'm like, okay, clearly people, like, just don't know what they're talking about, or just are in love with Greg. Like, I don't understand.
Right. Dude, no, whatever. Dude, listen, the dude treated her like shit, and she had every right to let him have it and tell her what she thought. In the moment, I would have been kind of in shock, too, and not really... I guarantee I were her, or if I were in her position, me in her position, in the moment, I would be so blindsided and in shock that I wouldn't know what to say. And I can absolutely say with certainty that there are things I would not say in the moment that I would definitely want to say later on. That would, you know, like as I start to process it, like, dude, like that really fucking happened last night.
Yeah.
You know, in the moment, I didn't say anything. I just kind of froze up. But like the next day, I'm like, dude, that shit really fucking happened last night.
Yeah.
Like, they think it, but they're not there in the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Respond. Dude, yeah, whatever. People are stupid, man.
This is her chance to like work through all that stuff because yeah, she did sit there and was respectful to him during the moment, you can see she's trying to process stuff, and now she's able to like use her voice. And a lot of people are saying that like she was just talking over him and he wasn't having the chance to talk, which for me, I disagree. Greg looked weak as fuck sitting there. Like, he was putting on this act. He was putting on this, like, shy boy, which people have come out and said that Greg is outgoing and loud and is not this sweet boy that he puts on these shows. Also, Greg, to me, had tried to make it seem like he was there for Katie. I don't know if maybe now that we've just assumed that, but Greg has tried to get on the show since Hannah Brown season. Like, he has tried to be on The Bachelorette, and he was casted on Claire and Tayshia's season, and they didn't use him. So this whole, like, I'm here for you to be my wife, is like, no, you're not. You've been trying to get on this show. And that what pisses me off is, like, if you knew, you actively were trying to get on the show, so obviously you know how the show works. It's not like your friend signed you up for it. Like, you were actively trying. So the fact that you're sitting there and being like, you were playing the Bachelorette role, you were doing this, like, yeah, that's the show you signed up for. Like, It just makes you look like an idiot and, like, worse than you are, because you're sitting here asking her to break the rules, and you can't even use I've never watched the show. Maybe you haven't watched the show, but if you signed up for it, at least you know kind of what's going into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, it was just pissing me off. He was pissing me off. He's just sitting there, and he was sitting there, trying to be smart, trying not to, like, blow up at her to make himself look better, which for a lot of people it worked, because a lot of people all over the internet and TikTok were like, Katie was going so harsh and he couldn't get a word in and he was just sitting there so respectful. And I'm like, no, he was manipulating. He was still manipulating her by trying to make it look like she was attacking him and he was just sitting there. Like, it was all on purpose. Him being quiet was for a reason.
He threw the first punch, dude.
He did.
He threw the first punch, and then they get mad at her for fucking knocking his ass out.
Every time she would try and say, like, I begged you, like, I was on my knees asking you to stay, and you still left, or I did this and that, and he'd be like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with Bachelorette whatsoever, but like I just made the comment about, he threw the first punch and she knocked him out, and now people are mad. I don't know if you heard, but in the Olympics, in the karate, for the karate gold medal, one of the guys knocked out the other guy. The guy who knocked out the other guy was disqualified for being too aggressive, and the guy who got knocked out won the fucking gold.
Oh my gosh.
That is where we are in society today, and it's fucking sick.
That's wild. That's insane.
In karate, dude. You hit him too hard. Well, yeah, dude, it's karate. It's a combat sport. But anyway.
But yeah, I was very upset just watching everyone, like, still being on Greg's side, and somehow Katie became the villain of her season, which I don't understand. I don't think she is either, but the internet is like, well, I'm so turned off from Katie. I'm so turned off because how could she do that to sweet Greg? And it's like, no, Greg is the problem. Yeah. Greg is still the problem. And a lot of people were saying, especially with, like, how they edited the whole last episode with the breakup, and they gave a little at the very end, you probably didn't watch, but at the very end of that last episode when he left, they did a montage of his time on the show, like a rest in peace goodbye, which they have never done before. So people were like, what the fuck? And then for this, like, amping it up the whole time, and right after Katie gets engaged to Blake, we had this interview with her and Greg. Like, it was really weird. So a lot of people are like, oh, they were definitely trying to amp him up for a Bachelor edit. Like, they were definitely giving him Bachelor edits. And I told my husband, and I'm telling you and all the people now, if Greg is the Bachelor, I am not watching this show. 100% I am not watching the season, because I just cannot deal with his stupid face. And I'm sure everyone needs, like, I tried to listen to an interview with Nick Viall, did an interview with him, and I couldn't listen. I can't listen to it. Like, I know we shouldn't just write people off, especially because of the TV show and things like that. We don't really know the whole story. We don't know the whole truth. But from what I saw of him in that episode, he does not need to keep be giving a platform. And this show will keep giving people a platform. He was emotionally manipulative to her, and I just don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch a whole season of this guy who, like, this was his plan all along. You know what I mean? I just feel like it would be a reward to him, and I don't want to watch it. So if he's the Bachelor, I'm not watching this season. We'll be back the next season.
I won't either. I mean, I have no interest in seeing this guy anymore.
No, exactly. So sorry. But yeah, hopefully that's the end of Greg. But Katie and Blake, I don't even know what to say. I think they're a really cute couple. I like them. This is the first time we've had someone that wasn't originally cast on the show win, which is crazy. I like them together. I know a lot of people were really confused when she told him that she loved him after she told Greg that she wasn't going to tell him. I was like, oh, that's really important, because she told Greg that she wasn't going to say it. But I think that goes to show that, like, she knew, like, with her gut that there was something about Greg. No, listen. That there was something about Greg that she couldn't trust him. And she also said before that Greg looked like her ex-boyfriend. So I think she knew that she was like, there's just something about him, and she always had this reservation that he was going to leave, and she ended up being right. And I think that's why with Blake, she was able to, like, turn around and tell Blake that she loved him. Whether she really loves him or not.
I have a completely different take on this. And
really?
Yes. This is what I think happened. Okay. We got to go back a couple.
No, I know where we're going.
I don't think you do.
I completely disagree.
I don't think you know where I'm going. I think you're going to be surprised as to where I'm going, and it's nowhere near where you think. Okay, we got to go back to when Michael was still on, the one with the kid. Okay.
Yeah.
She was into Michael. Now, as to whether or not she was ready to have, be a mother and all that, who knows? But she was into him. You could tell she liked him. He was a good guy. She recognized that. Okay. Now, when he left, I think that threw her for a loop. And I think it threw her for a loop more so because, like, someone is leaving her. Like, she is there. All these guys come to meet her, and now they're down in the Final Four, and one of them that she wanted as her Final Four leaves her. I think that kind of messed with her a little bit. But she has to continue. And she continues, and then we get to Greg. And their date, everything's going well. She's still probably really confused and having some feelings from Michael leaving and what all of that mean and all of that. Maybe feeling a little not bruised ego or anything like that, but she's feeling a little down on herself, perhaps. Like would be natural. Is there something wrong?
Yeah.
Which we all know it had to do with his kid. I think he did the right thing. I would have left too after my kid told me what he said. So we get to Greg. Everything was good. I mean, you and I sat here and said for us watching, it seemed like it was going great with them and everything in their hometowns. And then all of a sudden, it ended the way it ended, and he shat on her, and all of that went down. That really messed her up. Now, that wasn't someone leaving because of outside things in their life that took priority. This was someone that shit on her and put her down and intentionally made her feel like shit. So that really fucked with her, okay? I think that no matter who the first person who had the chance to go to Fantasy Suites, no matter who that was, I think she was picking them because she was already in that fucked up, vulnerable spot. And you had Michael leaving when they were getting along. That her and Greg got along well. Then he shit on her and left. Then it's Blake's turn. Everything went really good, really good, really good, really good. And I think she was on that high of this is good when the last couple things have been really shit. And I think she let her emotions build off of that. It could have been the other guy. Like I said, whoever went to Fantasy Suites first, I think she would have picked based on her emotional state and what had just happened with the previous two guys. That's what I think.
I disagree.
Okay, well,
but I don't think she would have picked Justin if Justin was the first one.
Fair enough.
I don't think she still would have been with now because I think she had chemistry with Blake from the beginning. I agree with maybe the emotions definitely led into the I love you and her ending it with him right there. But I don't think if it was Justin, I don't think it would be the same outcome. I don't think it depended on. I think what you're saying, like the emotions of riding the emotions, and the fact that it was Blake and she was already comfortable with Blake and had a better connection with Blake than Justin. But yeah, I don't think it would have just been anyone. But I agree, I guess, to a point. I think she felt comfortable with him after letting all the emotions out.
Dude, how did he feel comfortable with her after meeting her fucking mom and aunt? Dude, I'm telling you, if I was in his position and I would have left like in the middle of all of that fucking shit. I would have pulled Katie aside and been like, listen, dude, I'm not getting involved with this shit.
Do you give him props or no?
Props for what? Look at what he fucking got himself.
For not leaving? For like standing there and not like.
No, I'm saying I would have fucking left. I would have been like, dude, y'all are all fucking nuts. I am not going to marry into this shit. That's what I'm saying. I would have left in the middle of that hometown. As soon as I realized this was a fucking nutbag of a family, I would have been like, I am not going any further because
the mom had a nice conversation with him.
I will be damned if I am going to come around here for family functions and holidays and have to listen to this fucking stupid shit. I won't do it. Dude, hey. Feminism, when it started, is a million miles away from where it is today. Today's feminism movement, my opinion, very unhealthy and a huge turnoff for men. Now, I understand women would be like, well, then that's the man's fault that it's such a turnoff. That's cool. That's cool. But just as women are entitled to feel the way they are, so are men. And for a lot of men, that shit is a big turnoff. That's all I'm saying. And for me, I would have left in the middle of all that. I would have been like, I ain't doing this. I am not going to subject myself to a long-term fucking headache of this magnitude.
Well, Blake did, so.
He's a damn fool. He's Canadian also. Canadians are too nice. I
think Blake handled the situation very well. I think Greg would have, oh my God, I would have loved to seen the aunt talk to Greg the way that she talked.
Awesome. I would have.
Holy crap.
Entertainment. I still would have been there going, I'm not getting involved with this family. But that would have been great entertainment, no less.
I think this was Sweetie Petey's Meet the Parents is the worst Meet the Parents I've ever seen. You had Barb, who was too emotional, and then you had this woman who was just like, oh, Lord. The mom wasn't as bad, but the aunt was just like, she was harsh for no reason. I was looking at my husband and I was like, what is happening right now? Like, it was it was just so, and I saw a lot. I was like, I'm gonna go on Twitter and everyone's gonna be like loving this aunt. Thankfully, a lot of people were really like turned off by it, and a lot of people were like, I'm a feminist, but this is too far. Like,
Exactly.
it was just like, it was the farther limit of like, I am woman and men suck and men are this blah blah blah, and it was just like, that's not really helping.
Okay, Katie's mom, you don't need a man. You don't need a man. Then how the fuck do you have Katie? Boom!
Well, that was just kind of like, I felt like the mom and the aunt didn't really understand the point of the show when she was like, and just remember, we don't need men in our family. And it's like, oh, so they weren't okay with Katie going on the show. Okay, got it. Clear. Very clear.
Yeah, and I go back to what I just said. You don't need men, yet you continue to breed and make.
Well, there's other ways to do that.
You don't need men. You don't need men because we were at that point in life where women can.
Anyway, okay, I'm taking over. Yeah, the aunt was just really mean and really harsh and to Blake, and I thought he handled it well. Because I probably would have started crying at all times. And yeah, they got engaged. There was a moment I didn't think he was going to propose. I don't know. It was after having Zach and Tayshia's proposal be like the most beautiful proposal I ever saw. This one was okay. Mainly because you had Tayshia show him all the rings, which was nice. I liked that. That was cool. A little weird because Blake was on Tayshia's season, so that was weird. And then he gets up and freaks out, and then when he goes to propose, I was like, he's saying all this stuff to her, and I was like, oh, he's not going to propose because he goes, I can't give you what you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I guess he's not going to propose, but he still did propose.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird. I was like, okay, whatever.
Hey, baby.
They're cute.
I don't like your big old booty, but I would still like to hook up with you. I mean,
I think what he was trying to say was she had this expectation of how it was going to go and stuff like that, and he was saying I can't give you your expectations, or I'm not always going to give you what you need, but it was edited weird. And I was like, oh, you should have just proposed. And I hate when people do that. I can't give you the answer you're looking for, but I will try my best to make you happy every day or whatever. It's like, oh, stop trying to cop out. The person you're proposing to has no idea what you're saying. They're in a state of shock. They're not even listening. Trust me.
For either will you marry me or I'm sorry, but I don't want to marry you. That's all they're
Yes. Yes. And a ring if you get down. That's all they're waiting for. They have no idea what you're saying. And Katie said that when they came out on the thing together, Katie said that her family did not know that they were engaged.
Oh my gosh, what?
I was like, she was like, I can't trust, and people were like, what? And she was like, I can't trust them to keep their mouth shut. And I was like, well, I don't know if that's fully the reason. And because her aunt, everyone found out from just watching the finale, I don't know, that's going to cause issues.
That's what I'm saying, man. I would not get myself involved in that mess, dude. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying a woman should be stay at home, mom, cook, clean, all that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, men need women and women need men, dude. We complement each other. We help each other be better people and together a better unit. There can't be that this is the way it's going to be and you better be okay with it because, I am woman here. Dude, it don't work like that, man. That's a selfish fucking attitude. That's a conceited attitude. It don't work, man. And like I said, it's just the way most men are built. Most men are not turned on by that, dude. We want a woman who is not submissive or compliant, but just is willing to be on our level. You know what I mean? Not below us, not above us, on our level and complement each other. That's all we want, dude. That's it. But this family is they're way beyond that, dude, and I'm not interested in that.
A little wild.
Ain't gonna last.
And I think so. Everyone's saying they're not going to last. I think they're so cute. Unless they get away from the family. I think they're a really cute couple. I follow them both on Instagram. They're so cute.
But that doesn't mean that they're...
He did the flash mob with I thought that was cute. I think I'm the only person. Everyone else is like, ew. I was like, that's so sweet. I just don't understand why people just don't like them. Like, I don't understand why people are like, it's all fake. They don't like each other. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I just think people just don't like Blake. And they just keep bringing up, like, this is his third Bachelorette. Oh, who cares? Nick Viall went on, like, 5 times. Who cares?
Tayshia two Bachelor. She was on 2. She was on Bachelor in Paradise. Or was she only on Bachelor in Paradise and then Bachelorette?
Who?
Tayshia.
Tayshia was on Bachelor in Paradise. Most people go on the show at least once, obviously, to become the lead. Yeah. Like, that's... who cares? Who cares? And they all date people out in the bubble outside of it anyway, so who cares? As long as they're happy. I think they'll be together for a while, but do you think they're going to get married or no?
No, I just said that, Sarah. They're not going to last. No. No.
My heart. But you know who is going to last? All the couples on Paradise, which starts next Monday or this Monday.
Hey, Sarah,
I don't know.
Sarah, you know what comes with Bachelor in Paradise, right?
The cocktail and vagina tail party.
Vagina tail party! Excited.
I'm so excited. This preview that they showed us looks insane. There's just so many people. There's so many people. So many people. And I'm so excited. That starts Monday, and then the following week, it's Monday and Tuesdays. So yeah, our schedule might look a little different. We're still trying to figure it out.
We'll let you guys know this coming week as to when we're going to. We're still talking about it. It'll probably be either Tuesday night or Wednesday, but we'll let y'all know for next week or this coming week.
Yep. Until then, Jay Wade, another Bachelorette season down, done, check. Until Paradise, where can the people follow you?
Y'all can follow me on the Twitter at JWade1134. That's the letter JWADE1134. And also at the JCast Network, where we've got this show and some other stuff. Got a Schmodown content, wrapping up our Star Wars Bad Batch show tonight. Got another show coming on here pretty soon. So, yeah, some new content and some new faces coming here pretty soon. So.
Ooh. And you can follow the show at Go Get That Rose on Twitter. You can follow me at SCBock, SCABOCK. Sorry if I was a little out of it today. Just not feeling myself. But until next week. There's no breaks. No sleep. No breaks. We just keep going. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.